Hey everybody. I had to check to make sure my mic was on. You know, sometimes I'll be coming on and my mic don't be on, and then I just sit here and talk to myself. How is everybody doing today? How is everybody's Tuesday going? I'll be getting my days mixed up. How's everybody's Tuesday going so far? Hey. What's happened, fam? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday night. Happy Tuesday is kind of weird to say, but we say it nonetheless here on this channel. We always like to start this with good news. How's everybody's Tuesday going? I will definitely answer this question. I haven't gone live in a while, so after we watch Reese's highlights, I'll answer some questions. Because it's been a while. Miss CB! She is right there. L, what's happening, Brody? Feels so good to be back. All my friends are here. What's happening? How's everybody's Tuesday going, man? We got a quarterback in the portal. Got a new arm in the room to add to the arms we already have. What's happening, Eric? How are we feeling about it? How are we feeling about the new arm in the room? First gym day of the year for Miss CB. Was it leg day or arm day? It was arm day, she says. That does not sound like fun at all. So there's a couple cool things for tonight. Obviously, we're going to watch Reese Poffenbarger's highlights and break them down and talk about the new addition to the quarterback room together. But I have some new things on the channel. I know some of you guys have saw it today. I got a new banner, new logo. There's going to be a new intro, and I want to show it to you guys. It's like super, super cool. I'm drinking Monster because it's been a very long day. Joe's probably disappointed in me right now. Vito! What's happening, fam? How's your Tuesday going, brother? How is your Tuesday going? How are we feeling this Tuesday? We added a quarterback to the room. That was one of our concerns, right? We couldn't go into this year with just 3 under scholarship. We wanted 2 in recruiting. We only got one that we love. Shout out to Judd Anderson, the ambassador, Judd the stud, if you will. And of course, we love Judd, but you want more arms in the room. You want more scholarship quarterbacks just in case something happens, an injury. I like the competition personally. Just for me, I like competition at all position groups, quarterback, tight end, receiver, kicker, punter. I don't care. Competition brings out the best in everybody. So the more arms in the room, obviously the more competition. I absolutely love it. And sometimes it's good to go find a guy. Like, need I remind you, Cam Ward started off at a smaller school, right? So sometimes these guys go under the radar. Sometimes it's not that they went under the radar at all. Sometimes they just take a while to blossom or needed a couple of years to adjust to the speed of the game, really find their footing. Some guys just develop later than others. Some peak earlier than others. So I wouldn't necessarily just look down on him because he came from a small school. Remember that's really the essence of the transfer portal. Like, for those guys that ball out at those small schools, to be able to get recognized by a Power 5 program and offer them a scholarship, I think to me that should be, the essence of the transfer portal. So somebody like Reese, I think he personifies what the transfer portal is for. The devil's juice. It's not even the good flavor either. It's not my favorite flavor. I like the mango loco one. I had this one in the refrigerator, so I grabbed it. I'm pretty sure it's been in my refrigerator for like weeks. I don't know. I don't drink the regular one. I probably bought it by an accident or something. Well, hopefully after we watch my boys' highlights, you won't feel the same way. So currently, the way the quarterback room shakes out is you got Ja'Cory Brown, aka Jacuzzi. Shout out to Coach Coop. If you don't know who Coach Coop is, why don't you? Go follow Coach Coop. He's the best YouTuber on the planet. And I'm a YouTuber, so I think I'm qualified to say that now. So Ja'Cory Brown, Emory Williams, but he is coming off the injury. Judd Anderson, Reese Poffenbarger now in the room. They're still trying to add one more, I believe, depending on the waiver situation. That's not exactly true though. Well, not currently, but Carson Wentz came from the FCS, right? So did Flacco. So did Romo, I believe. So currently, no. Currently, no. But there are guys that can break that rule, and that's what the transfer portal is for, right? If you ball out at the FCS level, they hold that against you. So the portal, to me, one of the great things about the portal is a guy that is balling at the FCS level can get noticed by a Power Five, even by like a really good G5 school, and go play on a larger platform with better competition and prove that he could do it. So I think, to me, I don't think that should be a knock on him. I think that's actually a bonus, to be completely honest with you. Coop in the building. What's happening, Coop? That's my guy. Coach Coop is always lurking. What's happening, Coop? We are here to celebrate Reese Poffenbarger. I keep wanting to call him Poffenfinder. Poffenbarger. I actually love that name. The more I keep saying it, I'm like, that name's dope. Call him the Poff, like, like the Hoff. I like it. I like it. You got to have more arms, and you got to give these guys a chance, right? Just because he came from a small school, that's not indicative of where he can go or what his ceiling is. So there is something I want to show you guys. I'm gonna stop the music for a second so I can show y'all this. I got a new intro made. So I got a brand new intro made so that those of you that check out the channel and watch the videos that I do, not just the live streams, I do oftentimes I have recruits on here. We sit down, we watch their highlights, we break them down together, and we do an interview. I'm getting back to doing those, by the way. Some of those will be dropping next week. So I got a brand new intro for the channel, and I wanted to wait for tonight to show everybody. So without further ado, here is the new intro. So, what do we think? It ran twice because I had it on loop. So I figured, why not? I'm just going to run it twice. Travel Fools! What's up, Brody? That's my guy right there. I cannot wait to get back doing shows with Fools and Slim Shady Canes, who's probably one of my favorite dudes on the planet because he's misunderstood. Okay, people think Shady is a troll. He's not. He just says the things everyone is thinking but doesn't want to say, and not in a troll way. Shady just keeps it real. He's just going to tell you how it is or how he feels, and it may not be what you agree with. That's what I love about him. He doesn't say things just to agree with you. He gives you his honest opinion. I love that about. I absolutely love doing that show. What do we think of the intro? Haha, the flames. I thought it was crazy. It blew me away when I saw it earlier. I was like, whoa. Big Punisher. Thank you, Brody. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It mixes my, love for comics and nerddom with all, the interviews I've done so far, putting them in the thumbnails. I thought it was cool. We're going to have a second version of it too. That's going to include some videos, footage from some of the recruits that I've had on here. Not footage of the interview, but footage of them playing, like scoring touchdowns and stuff like that. So very Marvel-esque. Dread skating that line of being sued. skating that line. The Marvel vibes. I mean, it's me. It was either gonna be Marvel or I thought about doing some anime style like Dragon Ball, and I'm still thinking about it. Like Coop, I was thinking about the old Dragon Ball Z dubbed intro where it's like dragon, dragon, bump the dragon. I was thinking about doing something with that. We'll talk. Thank you, Cafe. I thought it was cool. So I can't take no credit for that. The artist that I've worked with before has worked on he worked on that and he worked on other intros for me too. Coop. Y'all go follow Coop right now. Y'all go follow Traveling Fools right now too. Those are two of my favorite people on the planet. I need y'all to understand those are two of like the coolest people I've ever met in my life. Thank you, Brody. Oh, gas. The kids say gas is a cool thing. I'm kidding. I know that gas is a cool thing. All right, y'all. But we are not here to see my intros and for y'all to say nice things about my intro. What we are actually here for is a Miami Hurricanes commit, a quarterback. I know we've been stressed out about quarterback. Didn't land Cam Ward. Didn't land some of the secondary options, KJ Jefferson, guys like that. So I understand, the trepidation with like, oh, who is this young man? Come in with a bit of an open mind. So before we get into his highlights, I'll read you off his stats. So last year at Albany, he was 276 out of 471, a 58% completion percentage, which is you want to see in the 60s in college, but I mean, he put the ball up 400 times, 3,600 yards, 36 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, was sacked 35 times. Whew. Now, he's got athleticism, but he's not a dual threat quarterback in the sense that he is a weapon on the ground. He's prolific in the red zone as a runner. He's really quick and he's really athletic. He's got good feet. So he carried the ball 105 times, but for only 183 yards, but 6 touchdowns on the ground. So he can give you that read option in the red zone. He can give you that other threat. What I do like about his legs is he's got those JJ McCarthy kind of legs where he can pick you up a first down. He can scramble on third down. He can evade pressure in the pocket to extend plays to allow receivers to get open. The Poff, man. How could you not love the Poff? Like the Hoff, I just thought it worked. Why do people cap on Poffenbarger? We should make the Poffenbarger. Somebody on campus at the stadium or something. They should make a Poffenbarger. The NIL possibilities for this young man are just endless. Best status of all FCS quarterbacks and can be molded into a P5 program. Can build the arm strength. I like this take for Miami. I like it too. Comparisons. A lot of people say Baker Mayfield. He gives me Zach Wilson vibes. Like, at least, right? Fools. You remember the conversation we had about TVD? How he had a Wisconsin vibe? This last name screams like Wisconsin and Big Ten, but we got him down in Miami. Maybe Miami will be in the Big Ten. So let's get into his highlights. Obviously, these are his highlights. So I like to preface this by saying there are no lowlights in here. There are no interceptions. These are his highlights. So this is what he can do, not necessarily what he can't do, but you can still get a gauge on the player by watching his highlights. So let's check them out. So the first couple, they just kind of snip through a couple of his big throws and they slow it down for you. He's got a quick release. Like it's a little long, but he snaps. Like it's quick. It maybe could be a little tighter, but he gets the ball out. Great ball placement there. You can't throw a better ball than that. You honestly cannot throw a better ball than that. We're going to run it back. Snap in the dirt. So you're going to see this a lot too. A lot of times he was getting snaps in the dirt and having to get the ball out of his hands quickly, sets his feet. That's just a simple, nice little flare route out the backfield. Will says he likes his footwork. I like this ability to throw on the move like this. That's the Zach Wilson that I saw in him when I saw him moving around off platform. Steve-O mentioned it. Shout out to Steve-O. Steve-O mentioned it in his review today. 365 Canes Football. If you guys don't follow him, go follow him. He mentioned how accurate he is off platform. And I do want to stress that. He does have good footwork, but what I really like about him is just how accurate he is off platform. The escapability, the ability to extend plays. Ah, that's my guy. 305 Sports now. Y'all go follow Will. Excellent YouTube channel. So check him out. Rolling to his left. He's got, I heard people say, he needs to work on the arm talent. I think he's got decent arm talent. I think he's got a strong arm. Thank you. It is good to be back with y'all, man. That's another thing I did notice too, watching this tape, is the receivers don't get excellent separation. But see, look at the wheels here. That's why I said he's going to be one of those guys that, because he does have some wheels in the read option, they crash down on the back like that. Look at this. Big play. Nobody accounted for him because he's sneaky athletic. Yeah, he's throwing into some tight windows, but you see it again. On the read option, sneaky athletic. He who shall not be named, number 10 over there at Wisconsin. I wish him the best at Wisconsin. I think that's a good fit for him. I said that before the season started. Again, off platform. Give me a quarterback that can create like this, that can extend a play with his legs, gonna keep his eyes downfield, doesn't need to set his feet. I mean, I would love to see him set his feet, obviously. You don't want to get carried away with bad mechanics, but I love it. Rolling to his right here. Kind of a little bit of a sidearm action, falling backwards, fading backwards, throwing that ball. So this I love here. Watch him go through his progressions. One don't work. Let me work back. Nice. I like it. That's something that we were all stressing last year that we didn't really see 9 do a lot of, is going through his progressions. You see him work to the backside. Dart. I love it. Fade ball. You cannot throw a better fade ball than this. That's an absolute dime. And to somebody's point earlier, you don't see a ton of separation for his receivers. Again, off platform. But this is, again, going through his progressions. Check him out. Gonna open up to the left. Okay, that's not there. We got a double slant going. All right, looks like a slant and a whip, actually. The more it progressed, it's a slant and a whip. Yeah, covered. He comes off of it, rolls to his right, off platform, falling to his right, accurate throw. Nice little touch pass to the back, out the backfield. Don't got to do anything special there. You got a guy wide open. You just hit him. Sometimes guys want to show their arm strength off when it's not necessary. Sometimes you just hit a wide open guy. Now we see him in the pocket. So I said that earlier. We see him off platform. We see him creating. Now let's see him when he's got protection, when he can plant his feet and let it rip. Smooth release. Now, again, it could be a little tighter, but it's quick. It's quick. It's smooth. Gets the ball out. Really nice ball. Really nice ball. Play action. It's got the time. Let it rip. A little underthrown, but that is a hell of a throw there. He planted his feet basically on the 40. That's a hell of a throw. I don't hate him for that. Not many people are making that. Jamarcus Russell, Kyle Bowler. There's not many people making that throw. Setting his feet again. I love that about him. So a lot of these quarterbacks that can play really erratic and can play with chaos, they only thrive in chaos. But you see him when the conditions are perfect, when he does have the time, steps into the throw, dime, hits the receiver in stride. All you got to do is put your hands out. 6. Here goes the same throw from another angle. Absolute fantastic ball. That you can't throw a ball better than that in t-shirt and shorts. Oh, go ahead, get fancy with the footwork. A little shuffle. Okay. All this. Now, I know it looks so small, this little shuffle, right? Things like this buy you just another half second. Helps out the right side of your offensive line that is getting absolutely bullied at the moment. But they're holding up. So he helps them out by sliding. Sets his feet from outside the hash. Dime. Absolutely. That's one of those balls the coach is going, no. Yes. Okay. Yes. He throws a hell of a fade, man. Calm in the pocket, smooth. I agree, Ben. Great pocket presence. Hey, what's up, Anthony? Oh, while y'all are here, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We have plenty of new stuff coming. Lots of new interviews coming. Ben says the kid seems to have great pocket presence, which TVD seemed to have lost over the last 2 years. Yeah, TVD, he'd flash. I wouldn't say he lost it, but there were times when we wanted his pocket presence to be a bit better. He did play well at times last year. It was just inconsistent. Anthony says when he looks at Reese, he's a little bit of Brett Favre and Baker Mayfield. I agree. I think Joe and Ben said the same thing. They said he gives them Brett Favre vibes. I said Zach Wilson because of the ability to be off platform the way he does. And he's a smaller guy too. Not a smaller guy. I think he's 6 foot 205. I'll see what ESPN has him listed as. They have him listed as 6 foot 210. So a bit of a smaller guy. But he reminds me of Zach Wilson at BYU. Aside from he doesn't run probably as much as yeah, I was gonna say that he do got a receiver, number one, nice. Be like 305 and hit that subscribe button, man. I think I'm like 10 away from 800 or something like that. My goal is 1,000 before the season starts. Again, y'all, how do you watch this film and say, okay, let me see what Dawson can do with him? How are you not at least excited to see what Dawson can do with him? Again, off platform, dime. Absolute dime in the red zone. I'm not saying hand him the keys, but I'm saying you got this kind of deep ball accuracy. Yeah, I want you in the room. Hell yeah, I want you in the room. I want my quarterbacks competing against that. I think the iron's going to sharpen the iron. Will said it earlier. Yancy said in terms of the situation, I compared them to Baker at Oklahoma, but let's not forget Baker didn't have a scholarship to play football. Yes, he was a walk-on. Didn't Baker walk on twice? Right? I don't blame him for the competition. He faced people that criticized him for. Yeah, it's not his fault. He went somewhere where he felt like he could play and showcase his ability, knowing that in today's game, you're going to get your chance, right? If you ball out, there is a bigger school that can come and get you. And he did. To me, that's what the portal should be. I know I keep saying that, but I just think that's the essence of the transfer portal, man. A guy like this that now is playing at the University of Miami, now has a chance to compete at Miami. Come on, man. That's what dreams are made of. Oh, man. Anytime anybody says Ken Dorsey, it's hard for me not to agree, but I do love Dawson. But I wouldn't mind Dorsey coming in as like an analyst, helping with the QBs too. What a catch. I see our boy again, stepping up. Completely off platform. That looked like a Caleb Williams ball. And he threw a dime. Come on, somebody. Reese just dropped a peanut butter cup. It didn't work. When I had it in my head and it sounded cool, and then I said it, and I was like, that it doesn't work. Just didn't. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right, but let's check him out. I'm going to step up to evade the pressure. Mid-air. Dime. Hit the receiver in stride. And y'all, and people angry on Twitter because he played a small program. Now, and I'm not saying this dude can be Brett Favre at Miami, but I think he's earned the chance to compete. I think what he's proven at Albany is that he's earned the chance to be at a Power 5 program competing at least. You know? Football is football, you know what I'm saying? The cream will always rise to the top. If y'all are It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia fans, there's a second half to that joke that I can't say on YouTube. But it's hilarious. Hey, my guy, Max. Max is like the engineer, I believe, behind the entire Flow network, which is crazy. Because Flow They pump out so much content. They've got so many good shows over there with Rasta and David with the Sebastian Lane. Obviously, Flo, who does his own shows. Miami Mayhem, which is a great show. Miami Flow Max, obviously Max's show. They do so many great things over there. Man, if you're a Canes fan and you're not subscribed to Flow, to Miami Flow, what are you doing, man? There's something for you there. I guarantee you. There is a host or a content creator there for you. Another time. Love it. It used to be one of my favorite routes to run. Like a deep end or a dig. We called it a dig. Depending on how you ran it. I used to love running digs. You run the dig with the backside post, clear the safety out. We called it 126 Cadillac. Another fade. Y'all, look at this ball. I'm excited about this. I am very excited about this. That is a fantastic ball from Mr. Poffenbarger. I keep wanting to call him Poffenbarger. I don't know why. It's Poffenbarger. I know his name. No disrespect. Sorry, buddy. I love you. You're Kane now. I wonder what number he's going to wear. I know some people don't care about stuff like that, but he's 7 right now. And since X is 7, I'm curious. And Emery's 17, but I think Emery will go to 9 because that was his number in high school. And TBD had 9. So I'm pretty sure Emery's going to go to 9. So maybe he'll take 17. I know people are probably like, why does he care about this? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I care about weird things like that. I am odd when it comes to like numbers and stuff like that. I quite like that stuff a lot. It's a party trick I have. If you give me football players, I probably know what number they wore in the pros and in college. It's very weird. I don't know why my brain remembers these things, but it does. What I like about him too is the calmness in the pocket, right? So he's got 2 rushers to his blind side. Now he sees him. Tight end. See? Teaching point. Some people in the fan base get very upset that we have a blocking tight end, right? Now I get it. The years of eligibility, all that, right? Whatever. Some people get upset that we have a blocking tight end. This is why it's important to have a blocking tight end. But what I love is he took chicken poop and made chicken salad out of it. Kept his eyes downfield while evading the pressure. Oh, look, this play was just chaos from the beginning. Let's just start this. This whole play is chaos. So he gets the pressure, backside and front side, steps up, delivers a catchable ball to a wide open tight end who gets Rosencoptered. Texan reference if y'all don't know. Let it go, young man. You can tell when he finna launch it too. He got that Drew Brees thing where his head kind of goes up like Drew Brees used to. You know what I'm talking about? When Drew Brees would tilt back. He got that breeze in him. Yeah, but to me, this is so Zach. Like this reminds me so much of Zach Wilson, the off-platform, that kind of Aaron Rodgers jump step when you release. It reminds me so much of Zach Wilson at BYU. Let me clarify that because I said one day on the timeline, I said Luke Nick reminded me of Bo Nix, and people lost their mind. Bo Nix at Oregon, y'all. I'm a big Bo Nix fan, though. Y'all know this about me. Just call him the Poff. I love that. Yeah, I don't blame him either. I agree with you, Anthony. He went and played and proved that he deserved a shot. Sometimes if he wasn't going to, maybe he was not going to get a legitimate shot or was going to be hidden on somebody's roster for too many years. So why not go to a smaller school, ball out, and hope someone will see you? The cream always rises to the top, especially in today's game. In today's game, if you ball out, someone will find you. Let's not forget there's still Baby Tua out there. Yeah, Talia Tagovailoa is still out there. Yeah, I think if he gets his waiver clear, he's coming, which will add some more depth to the room. And that's just a pure guess, y'all. I'm not saying no one told me that. I'm just guessing. Dorsey for an analyst who doesn't get an NFL gig, I agree. I'd love to see that. I'm a Dorsey stan, y'all. I'm trying to keep up with the comments, but did y'all see this play? Y'all. He hit that boy with a ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. That one wasn't good either. The references tonight for me have not been good. I'm sorry, y'all. But I love this. That's that basketball in him. That's that footwork. And then again, the awareness, the poise, the presence to keep your eyes downfield. After all this chaos, keeps his eyes downfield, finds somebody open, and delivers a dime. Who is upset about this? Hey, you are the brains behind the operation. Max is literally the brains behind the operation. He is the stir that straws the drink that is the Miami Flow Sports Network. And I call it a sports network because that's what it is. It's got different personalities on it. They're all dope. I love them all. I'm biased. They're all my friends. But they're awesome. So what do we think, guys? What do we think about Reese Poffenbarger, the newest Miami Hurricane, transfer from Albany? I think he's got 2 years of eligibility left. He played 2 years at Albany. What would be considered a rubber route because you're climbing 2 different routes to clear a DB out? Are you talking about a well, yes and no. On the Cadillac, I have to explain our offense. So we ran a very basic offense. So we ran those plays out of basic I formation, or what we call king, was flexing our fullback out in a king or queen position. King H back to the strong side, queen H back to the weak side of the formation, and we just ran a 2-man route. We literally just ran a 2-man route. It was a fake of 26 zone, and then 26 Cadillac was post on the front side, dig on the back side. Benz was the reverse. But yeah, I guess you could also call it a rubber route. Kid can throw, but we really lying to ourselves if we're not slightly disappointed. Yeah, I'm not disappointed with Poffenbarger at all because I thought we'd get 2. When the transfer portal first started this year, when it first opened, the rumor was we'd get 2. I think I was pretty vocal about wanting Malachi Nelson, but I think Malachi Nelson was not looking for what we needed or wanted from the young quarterback. We wanted someone that was not asking, for playing time right now. And part of evaluation is them finding people they like that I may not know. I don't know everyone. But yeah, let's keep it a buck. I mean, most of the fan base wanted Cam Ward. It is what it is. We can't hide from that. We all did the hashtag. I did the hashtag. I can't hide from that. We all wanted Cam Ward here. He was not my top pick in the portal. I tried to make that, but I liked him. I was 100% on board. I'm not about to sit here and say, oh, you want Cam Ward? Man, I was hype about it. I was watching him. I watched a lot of his games when the rumors were swirling, and I was super excited about it. If I put a prayer circle around for somebody, that means I want him. I don't do that for no reason. I actually did want him. So yeah, a little disappointed we didn't get him. But do I think we could win with Talia? Yes. I think we could win with. We've had this conversation in a group chat. Me, Steve-O, and a few other guys. I think JJ, like a quarterback like JJ McCarthy, is what this team needs. You're gonna build the trenches on both sides of the football, building a wicked pass rush with these edge rushers and defensive ends, the monsters on the offensive line. Elite 4-star, borderline 5-star running backs. You don't need a quarterback that's Johnny Manziel. I don't think so. Not with that kind of setup. I think JJ McCarthy gets her done. Andrew Luck and Patrick Mahomes. What about them? Andrew Luck. He's a monster at Stanford. Anybody else remember him at Stanford? Them runs, he used to run like a fullback. Russell Wilson Jr. I see that. I say, I keep saying Zach Wilson because he reminds me of Zach Wilson so much. Hey, what's happening, King David? One of the OGs on the chat. I think King David was there for my very first stream, which was on Twitch, by the way. Who remembers that? I was on Twitch, confusing everybody. Breakdancing. Y'all see him breakdance in the pocket? My boy hit that spin move. That was impressive. Just the ability to have that pocket presence and then the awareness to keep his eyes downfield. I'm not exactly happy with the situation either. Good for competition, but I'd rather have a veteran quarterback. I think we still get one if Talia can get his waiver, honestly. Jonathan Mott? Like John Moxley? Malachi shoulder all jacked up too. I heard about that. And his knee. He banged up his knee last year, didn't he? Man, good to be back. I miss streaming and talking to y'all so much. Man, the second I realized like I'd be setting all this up and doing all this, I started hitting up basically I have a list of recruits longer than any of you could possibly imagine. And I'm going to get to work starting tomorrow night. I think I'm going to do 2 tomorrow. One of them's a Canes commit. And then I've got about 4 or 5 lined up for this weekend. So I'm just going to start knocking out those interviews. And then we may get back to doing some of the old football game watch-alongs. Y'all remember that when I first started the channel? We watched like those old like 90s and 80s Miami games together. We may do some more of that. That was so much fun. Did you see the tweet I put up about Luke Nickel to compare him to Matt Stafford? That is a great comparison. Luke is blowing up. He's going to blow up. Luke had a fantastic year. I'll probably have Luke back on. I had him on before his junior year. I mean, before this year. We watched his sophomore season. There is a hilarious story about that, about him committing literally the day I dropped the video. So I may have him back on. Y'all know how I feel about Luke. That's my guy. That's QB1 for 25. Criminally underrated and needs his 5th star. The performance he had in the playoffs was just absolutely incredible. We all knew he could take over the game with his arm, but what he proved in the playoffs was that he could take over the game with his legs as well. He was absolutely incredible in the playoffs. Tough too. Absolutely tough. After that first game, he took some shots. We were talking after that first game. I was like, bro, are you sore? Because he took some punishment and just absolutely tough. Hey, Benny Boondocks in the building. What's happening, Brody? Hey, we are cooking up something kind of fun for you guys over there. You heard. We may mix my love of comics and Marvel with Joe's love of me not talking comics and Marvel. And it's going to be hilarious. Man, I think that's what it was. I thought Twitch would be dope because I was like, for live streams, man, these people was in my DMs like, bro, if you switch over to YouTube, I'll show up. I appreciated the honesty, though. People were like, I see you're streaming tonight. If it was on YouTube, I'd be there. I was like, well, that hurts. But that hurts a little bit. But people tried. It was cool. We had good turnouts on Twitch. But it's easier. It's more accessible for people on YouTube. But yeah, that was funny. People were DMing me, how do I do this? I was like, I don't even know. I'm new to it. Well, I was new to doing it, not being on Twitch. Earlier, you said that if we give you any quarterback, you can pick their number in college and the pros. Oh, Andrew. Oh, Andrew was 12 at Stanford. Yeah, he was 12 at Stanford. Patrick Mahomes. I think he was 15. Wasn't he 7 first, though? Was he not 7 at first? But I think he was 15 towards the end. I feel like I'm right about this. That one, he gave me a hard one. He gave me somebody who went to Texas Tech. That's crazy. You had violence on your heart when you gave me a Texas Tech football player. Now, you know, nobody be watching them games. He was 5. I got that wrong. Stumped instantly. Bro, you give me a Texas Tech football player? People here don't watch them. I honestly did not watch Patrick Mahomes in college. I don't watch it out of Tech. Okay, I live in Texas. Let me explain to y'all something. Nobody in Texas watches Texas Tech. It's just not. We don't. Steph is shaking her head right now. If you don't live in Lubbock, you're not a Texas Tech fan. We were talking about this the other day, actually. If you're a Texas Tech fan and you don't live in Lubbock, it is extremely confusing. You don't find them just like anywhere. I would imagine Florida's probably like that too in some places. My new year is... It's been a year. It's been a year. It hasn't been terrible. I mean, it's only 9 days so far. God, it feels like it's been longer than 9 days. I keep looking off screen because Miss CB's there. It's been okay though. Work's been crazy busy. But it's been a pretty good New Year. We spent the last weekend hanging out with my dad, and it was a lot of fun. I always like hanging out with my dad. I'm gonna have my dad on one of these streams, and y'all are gonna see why I'm so funny. I get it from him. I think we take another QB after spring. I think so too. You need another body in the room. You need another arm. Canes fancy to fight off Georgia. Georgia and Auburn. We need to stay. Georgia, Auburn. Stay away from my quarterback. Please. Keep Freeze and Kirby away from my quarterback. Apparently, according to 24/7 Sports, yeah. Well, 24/7 and On3 need to give him his fourth. Rivals is the only publication that has given Luke his fourth. The other two need to give him his fourth and then his fifth, because they are behind, and it upsets me. Been so negative since Jeremiah and Ward didn't sign. I actually, the people on this channel will tell you, people in the comments will tell you, I never thought we were getting JJ. I said it at the beginning of recruiting. I was like, JoJo was wide receiver 1 for me, because I just didn't feel like we were going to land JJ. I thought everything JJ said, he loved Ohio State, he loved Heartline, and I just took his word for it. He never really told us otherwise. Now, I knew we had a shot because of his relationship with Coach Kevin Beard, so I knew we had a shot, but to me, it wasn't realistic. So I wasn't really upset about that one. I was more upset that we didn't commit to taking a different fourth receiver and just letting JJ go to Ohio State. Because there were some fourths that I wanted. Ryan Wingo, Jerry Hawkins, who committed to Florida, LaWayne McCoy, obviously flipping him from Florida State. Braylon Staley was another one I really liked. Draymond Miller. Yeah, I got that wrong. Pat Mahomes. That one was hard. Bro, at the job other day gave me Demir Posey. Y'all remember Demir Posey went to Ohio State? He was 8 at Ohio State and 11 with the Texans. Thought I wouldn't know that one. I did. I feel like Mahomes is bothering me now. Give me more players. How did I get that wrong? Did you see that Marvel is building the Kingpin and street level version of Thanos? Yeah, I think that's awesome. Echo, I think Echo dropped today, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really excited about Echo. And I love Kingpin as a Spidey guy. Like I love Kingpin, and I love the idea of him being the big bad of the street level of the MCU, because that's what he should be. And I think he should cross over too. You know, obviously we can't do a lot of Spidey because of Sony, but I think he should cross over to different street level heroes as well. I think it'd be dope. I love Kingpin, and I love D'Onofrio as Kingpin. I will also answer your nerd questions, because Hey, Canes today. Ooh, 89-20. Holy cow. Congratulations to y'all's high school. They beat the brakes off somebody. Somebody crying in the car right now. Whoever, the 28, whoever, somebody in the car right now crying. I used to cry so bad after losses. Best player in Miami, and we couldn't sway him. Hey, man, how do you disagree? How do you argue with the track record of Ohio State receivers, man? It's hard. I don't blame JJ for that. How do you argue with that? Look at the track record of receivers, and you go, okay, I see why he wants to go there. It's why I don't blame DBs for wanting to go with Prime. If a dude can develop you into an NFL DB, it's probably one of the greatest ones that's ever played. So I don't. Just like offensive linemen want to come here because they know Mario and Mirabal gonna get him right. It would have been so dope to have JJ, but we got 3 number 1 receivers in this class. Like, Nikar is a monster. Chance Robinson is criminally underrated. Should have been a 5-star. As complete as it gets as a receiver. Some of the best ball tracking skills you will find in the class. And to me, JoJo is top dog. Are Miami's wide receivers and cornerbacks undersized? Not really. Damari's a big dude. Damari is actually a really big dude. Now, Daryl Porter doesn't have the height, but Daryl Porter makes up for not having the height with having the dog. That boy got the dog in him. He don't need to be tall. But let's see. I think Damari's 6'2", 195. Robert Stafford is 5'11", 175. So he's a little bit smaller, but he's a converted receiver. Jadis who I think may move to safety. He's 6'1". He's only 6'1". He's so long. He looks like he's 6'2" or 6'3". He's so long. Not that undersized at corner. 6'1", 190 for Meech Freeney. At receiver, I don't really mind a height at receiver, but yeah, I think other people do want a big guy. Isaiah Horton does have some nice size on him. Isaiah's 6'4". Robbie's on the smaller side. Robbie's 5'11". But I think Horton's probably the tallest guy in the room now, right? Shamar Kirk's pretty tall too. Shamar Shimmy's 6 foot. So no. Yeah. I think our tallest guy is 6'4". I don't mind the height of the receiver, so that's probably because I was a smaller receiver though, so that's probably biased. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was never a big receiver. I was a smaller guy. So yeah, you still want one of those bigger guys, for the red zone, obviously, a Colby Young body type. Those just big physical receivers. You saw with Colby a lot of times catching those hitches, catching those slants, breaking a couple tackles with the difference between a first down and not a first down. So you do like those big body receivers. It would be nice to have one in the room. The Blade game? No, but I heard about it. I don't play a lot of video games anymore, unfortunately, but if that Blade game is dope, I would definitely check it out. Disney Plus is going the mature route for like Echo and stuff like that. Me too. I like that they're keeping the aesthetic of the Netflix Marvel shows, which I believe are now canon. I like that they're keeping that aesthetic. The street level of Marvel should be a bit more gritty, right? Because it's street level. Like, you're literally dealing with, thugs and criminals and gangsters and stuff like that. So I like that the street level is going to have a little bit of an edge to it. It should. And it separates it too from the bigger MCU cosmic things. It gives it a different feel. And it'll appeal to a different audience. Like, man, I kind of like the more gritty side of the MCU. Let me watch this. I like to see a dude put hands on somebody. So Daredevil, get your kicks there. Oh, thank you. Background is dope. I want to show you all the background. Pretty cool, huh? Thank you, Canes today. That's also new, by the way. There's a lot of new stuff. I got a lot of new stuff. If Disney's about to get the rights to Namor, would you rather them do a Disney Plus show or a standalone movie? That's a good question. Now, Namor is coming back for What If Season 3. I think a TV show, because Tlalocan has so much to offer as a city, and with their culture, there's so much you can do. There's so much you can explore there. I feel like a show would give you time to pace that out. Excuse me. So I think a show would be cool for Namor. Namor, as he's called. I think it would be cool. I wonder if they're eventually gonna do, like, when we go into Secret Wars, if they're gonna do, because we'll have X-Men by then or mutants by then. I wonder if we're gonna do the Phoenix 5. Does anybody know that storyline, the Phoenix 5, where Namor is one of the Phoenix 5, used that power to kind of shove it to Wakanda? It was crazy. That's why him and Black Panther don't like each other in the comics. Well, that and a myriad of other reasons. But Namor flooded Wakanda in the comic books. But I say that to say this. Yes, I think a TV show. I think a show would just be cool because there's so much you can tell there. Like, I love how they use the ancient Mexican culture to build Tlalocan, and I think there's just so much you can do. I feel like a TV show would be cooler. But also, their TV shows are hit or miss sometimes, so I can see why people may want a movie. The comparison you've had for Ryan Wingo here reminds you of Amari Cooper. Yeah, Amari Cooper. I thought he reminded me of Coop too. That's a good comparison. I'm bad at comparisons sometimes because I like to look at players as individuals. My dad used to be like that. My dad always told me, like, you're not the second of anybody, you're the first of you. So I'll try not to do that to people. I'm bad at it. But sometimes when it's obvious, like when you first saw him, you're probably like, oh, he runs his routes like Amari Cooper. Sometimes it's just obvious. You see a dude and you're like, oh, he looked like. What's my concern in the secondary? Safety. I've got a lot of faith in Markeith Williams and Jaden Harris. They just haven't seen a lot of snaps. So I think they just need more experience. But safety, you lose two All-American safeties, man. And that was the heart and soul of the team. How many times did James move guys over? You see James putting guys in the right positions this year, just like over and over and over. So safety for me. Because to me, safety also includes the star position, and we're losing our star too with the Corey Couch. I think you'll see Zaquan at the star next year. I think that'd be dope. Just a star I wanted, but we're not going to get into that. Hey, what's happening, Tim? We've had a fun stream tonight. We watched our new guy, Reese Poffenbarger's highlights. I think we are all pleasantly excited after watching his tape. And I debuted a new intro. If you haven't seen the intro, I'll show it again towards the end of the stream. Is there any chance Robinson 6'3" chance? How tall is Chance? That's another thing we're gonna do. We're gonna do more live streams like these for the commits that we do have this year that we haven't done these for. So I don't think we've watched Chance this year on the channel. Somebody on this week asked me to do a stream for OJ Frederique, so we'll do one for OJ Frederique, especially guys like him and Ryan Mack that I feel like don't get the love and attention. Chance is 6'1.5", so I'm gonna give him 6'2". As a guy who's vertically challenged, that's 6'2". James Williams was a freak at safety, would have liked one more year. Me too. I thought this defense just fit him so well. The way Guidry used him, it's just like Guidry understood James and what James did well. And he just, one more year in this defense, I think James would, oh my gosh. I don't think he was inconsistent. I think last year he was inconsistent. A lot of that was the injury and him trying to fix people being out of place. But unfortunately, that made him out of place sometimes. So that was him trying to be too much of his brother's keeper. I thought this year he balled. I thought he should have been all ACC for sure. Let me ask y'all, what position group worries you the most going into spring? Is it a make or break year for Shannon Dawson? Yeah, probably. Only because he came in at the same time as the defensive coordinator, and the defensive coordinator is outshining him. So I think more so probably for the fan base. I can't really speak for Mario, but for the fan base, I think the fan base will probably be a little upset if they don't see what they want from Dawson. For me, I'll have my definitive answer on him after this year. So probably, I guess I'll say yes, because I feel like it's too small of a sample size from this year to be able to tell. I think the fan base is a make or break a year for him. Y'all are on Twitter. Y'all see these. Y'all see people. They're upset. Kingpin was putting super serum hands on people on Hawkeye. Bro. Absolutely bodying people. I love that. I love Kingpin. There's a couple of street level villains I'd like to see. I just like the idea that Marvel can have levels. Like, we don't just have to have, here's a problem with the MCU. It's become too vast, right? So you kind of have to do street level things, but sometimes when you do street level things, the question is like, oh, where's Iron Man? So I like the idea of having levels. Like, this is not a threat Iron Man would come see. This is just like a street thug. So you do Hawkeye, the Hawkeye series, which I thought was so good. But then you do things like Secret Invasion. And you can't do Secret Invasion in the MCU and tell me this is a global threat and no other heroes are showing up. A man threatened to kill the president on a TV show. I don't think you can say that on YouTube. I'm talking about Marvel. And no superhero showed up. Not even Cap. Didn't make sense to me. It was dumb. I think it should move Blade to Marvel Spotlight. Nah, I think a movie would be cool. Because you can do so much with Blade. So you can do a cool little trilogy with him. I think a movie would be dope. But the spotlights are cool because I feel like they can have a little bit more creativity with the spotlight. Is Richard too big for the Jadis for the star position? He's like 6'1", 6'2". I think he's taller than 6'1". He looks a lot taller than 6'1". I think they're going to move him to safety. There's rumors that they were moving him to safety. He's got really good range, really good closing speed. We're going to be young and hungry. Really young team. I think of 60 freshmen and sophomores. Very young, but hungry. But guys who are coming in trying to change the culture. I think that's great for the locker room. I think it's great for the fan base. We felt that energy before the season. Y'all remember the energy we felt in spring last year? What's happening, Brody? Cornerback. Oh, CB, I thought you meant me. Cornerback worries you? And obviously, quarterback worries you. Yeah, cornerback. But we got guys like Robert Stafford that we didn't get to see this year. I'm so excited to see Robert Stafford next year, especially as a returner. I think Robert Stafford is hella underrated as a returner. Chalupa, the people that I listen to and watch that cover the NFL draft are saying James might have to move permanently to linebacker because they don't feel his foot speed is fast enough. I've seen people were saying that before the year. I think Gidry said that that'll be like more so his natural position in the league. I think he'll be a hybrid guy. The Cowboys have a linebacker this year, Bell, that they moved from safety. He reminds me of James, but I think James has a little bit more versatility than that. I think James can play on the back end. I think he gives you the versatility to play in the back end, but he'll make his real money as like a star, as a guy that can play in the box, rush off the edge, cover backs out the backfield, tight end, slot guys. I think James will find a home in the NFL, and he'll be one of those guys that has a long career. I think if everything pans out because of that versatility and that size. He's huge. He is huge to play safety. James is massive. James is what, 6'5", 215. I think he's more like 6'6" though. What's happening? God. Hey, thank you for subscribing. If you are here in the live chat right now, like the video and subscribe. We got a lot of cool content coming. I do these streams anytime we get a commit. So anytime we get a commit, we come on here, we watch their highlights together, we talk about them together, we chop it up. And then after we're done doing the serious business where we watch their highlights and break them down, we talk about all kind of stuff. Usually I have some type of weird snack that people give me mess for, but yeah, we're going to get back to that. So every time we get a commit, we're now in the 2025 class, obviously. But when we start getting commits in the 2025 class, then we'll go live every time we get one, probably like the next day, if not that day. Sometimes if I know ahead of time, I'll get a thumbnail made. Those, and then the huddle watch alongs. I'm gonna, like I told you guys earlier, gonna have more of the Miami commits on and interview them, watch their highlights with them, and not just the Miami players. There will be a myriad of players in the 25 and 26 class. Guys that are not necessarily committed to Miami, guys that may not be, Canes in the future. There's a lot of recruits that I enjoy watching, even though they're not Canes. So I will be interviewing them. I hope you guys showed them love. Yeah. Oh, also, while I was in my little hiatus, the Elijah Melendez video went crazy. It went from like 300 views to like 1,300. That's pretty cool. I want to have bro back on the channel. I want to have Mantrez Walker back on the channel too. So a lot of the people you saw last year, you're going to see again this year, but with a whole new crop of guys. A lot of 26 guys, a lot of 25 guys I started reaching out to do interviews with. So we're going to do those. I want to do a little show on here, like a little something with friends, like where I come on here and we like eat snacks and talk about football together, and I like just have like other content creators on. So I'm thinking about doing that this year too. But the live streams, obviously, for commits, the huddle watch alongs, the recruiting interviews, and we're just going to be doing other live streams too. Like, so Elijah Lofton, I want to do a live stream for Elijah Lofton where we can hang out just like this, watch Elijah Lofton's highlights, because a lot of the other commits that a lot of people are unfamiliar with, and I want to get them familiar with them before they report. So it's going to get very busy here on this channel soon. So make sure you are subscribed. Hit that little notify bell. It'll let you know when I drop videos. A lot of people compare him to Tremont Edmonds, the guy that used to play for the Bills. 49, right? Or 48? Dreads. I like that comparison. Do you think X coming back hurt Ray and Robbie? No. I think you can run a 4 receiver set, Shannon. You can put slot guy on the other side. Nah, X is a made man. I think it helps that room. The room is still so young, man. Robbie, Ray, Isaiah Horton, Shamar Kirk, JoJo, Chance, Nye, they're all so young. So having a veteran like X in the room, I think it helps. I think it's a good idea. I heard Canes and nerd stuff. Man, that is this entire channel, my friend. See everything behind me. Just Canes and nerd stuff. That's what this whole channel is about. Um, and we'll probably do some more nerd stuff too. I'm probably gonna do more just streams for no reason, just like just chatting streams where we just come up here and chat. Um, maybe I'll do some. I'll take the temperature of people if they care to like come on here and talk about like a Marvel movie after it drops or something like that. Maybe I'll do a live stream. We'll come on here and talk about the movie and stuff. If y'all are down for stuff like that, I'm down to talk to y'all about it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love every subscriber I had, man. I remember when I had 3, and those 3 meant like the world to me. So everyone I get, I'm like, yo, it really warms my heart that people support and show up. It's awesome. I get to talk to y'all about football and nerddom and all that. I feel like we're one big happy family of Miami Hurricanes. You know, whether we're all in the comments on Locked On or Coop's channel or Flow or You Heard or Sebastian Lane at 305 Sports Now. I feel like we're just one big family. You see the same people in every chat. You know, we all, if I'm not doing a stream, I'm in somebody's stream. Um, it just warms my heart, man. Like the other day, I was like, man, I'm gonna change the name on the channel. I was like, I don't wanna. I'm gonna change the Chalupa Batman thing, and y'all were like, more Chalupa and more Batman. I was like, all right, I guess I'll just stick with it. Um, but no, I love all the support, man. It really is awesome. I really appreciate it, and that's why I want to do more things. I want to do more to show my love and appreciation for everyone that likes my tweets and reshares them, asks me questions, shows up and gives me your time. I think those of y'all that are on the East Coast, it's 9 o'clock over there right now. Y'all are hanging out. That means the world to me. So I want to give y'all as much content as I can. So I'm gonna try to have as many of the Canes commits on here as I can. I can't have a lot of the players on because I think you have to go through the staff for that, but I'll try. Um, there's a player I really want to have on. I'm gonna reach out to him. X reached Barrio status for me. I just need him to have that moment. Yeah, he. I love. What can you? I have nothing bad to say about X, man. That's a Kane. That's a Kane's Kane. I absolutely love that dude. And I think him coming back for a year is awesome. He's gonna pass on that knowledge he has to the next generation, and they'll pass that down. That's how we built our dynasty back in the day. Is guys passing on that knowledge, showing the next generation this is how you do things. In 2025, dream class at linebacker is Sparks, Zay, Tez, Walker, TJ. For me, so we already got Elijah Melendez, TJ Alford, Mantrez Walker, and Zayden, and we can call it a day. Yeah, give me Elijah, TJ, Mantrez, and Zay. I mean, 4 linebackers in this class, I'll be happy. TJ Alford, must. I gotta have him. Want him bad. You hear me, D-Nick? I don't know if he's watching this, but he does sometimes, so he might be. Hey, if you're watching this, D-Nick, TJ Alford, please. 25 class is going to be awesome, man. Receiver is just looking so loaded. DB's looking loaded. Actually going to talk to a 25 DB that is high on our list here soon. A couple of them, actually. I can't wait to see the QB competition either. I'm excited for spring. I want to see the Poff. I want to see how he looks. I want to see how Jakari looks, how he's developed. I know he works with a quarterback coach outside of Miami. I know his quarterback coach. We are good friends. So I know he works outside of Miami. So we're going to, like, that release didn't get tightened up overnight. He put in the work. So he's going to come back better. Emery's going to come back bigger, stronger, faster. Judd, the stud's coming in to compete. So it's going to be a fun spring at quarterback. It's always fun when you got competition. Canes fan next year, DB class, safety, and so when we talk about safety, 3, DJ Pickett, Bryce Fitzgerald, Drake Stubbs. Call it a day. Ooh, Sekou Smith Jr. Okay, I'll take that back. Run me 4 of them. Give me all 4 of those. Yeah, Sekou's so underrated too. He goes to Miami Central. Range. Oh my God. When Steve was telling me to check him out, he was like, his range is incredible. And I was like, okay, let me check him out. boy, Seku's range is. I'm gonna have him on the channel too because he doesn't have any stars right now, and I don't understand why. That boy is bad. So I really want him. Drake Stubbs to me is the best safety in the 25 class. DJ Pickett and Bryce Fitzgerald are right there. But for me, Drake Stubbs for sure. Drake Stubbs that's my guy. And Drake Stubbs' interview is on the channel, so go on the channel and watch the Drake Stubbs interview. I had him on the channel. We talked. I want to get Bryce on the channel. Shout out to Bryce Fitzgerald. That's the homie. I want to get Bryce on the channel too. I want to get DJ on the channel. I think I asked DJ recently. I don't know what he said, but I asked him. I want to get DJ too. 3 of the most baddest safeties. I think those are 3 of the best safeties in the country. I think DJ Pickett, Drake Stubbs, and Bryce Fitzgerald, I put them up against any safety in the country. Sekou Smith Jr. too from Miami Central, I put him up against any safety in the country. Sekou has I'm probably butchering his first name, but he's got crazy range, y'all. Like crazy range. Booker T. Washington have 2 monsters. Ooh. I always love finding new DBs. Do I think Ja'Cory can develop into a championship quarterback? Yes. Bama could have won a national championship this year with Jalen Milroe. So, yes. 100%. Yes. Yep. Especially if our goal is to build the trenches on both sides of the football. Yep. Got to protect the football. And we got to catch the football. Now, he only threw for, a 181, but you add 75 on that if Jacoby catches that first ball, and, it doesn't look so bad. I think with development, yes, I think there's no reason he can't turn into KJ Jefferson or Cam Ward. I don't see why not. You saw what Bama did with Milroe. You can't look at JB and tell me he can't at least be Milroe. I think it's just the staff's got to get it out of him. They got to develop him. Yeah. 100%. Like I think Stubbsy is starting as a freshman or definitely playing as a freshman somewhere. So is Bryce. So is Pickett. I think I'm telling you, Sekou Smith is going to be the Ryan Mack of this class. That boy bad. Here's your dream class at DB. Jabari, Antoine. That's my guy. Jabari, Antoine. Oh yeah, Wallace, Jonte, Gilbert, DJ Pickett, Bryce Fitzgerald, Jaden Hudson. For Wallace, you talking about Amari from Miami Central? Amari Wallace. Amari bad. I like Amari as a nickel. I think he's really good. Jabari's good. I worry about LSU with him. Man, Pickett, Bryce Fitzgerald. Drake Stubbs, people, I'm telling y'all. Hilton Drake Stubbs. That's my guy. I absolutely love Drake. He's a beast. But DJ Pickett too. Bryce, absolutely a beast. I need to check out Jaden Hudson. Jabari's a beast. Amari Wallace is an absolute monster. That's a hell of a class at DB. His deep ball does look really good. The short to intermediate, I think, is what he always had to work on. The deep ball accuracy and arm strength has always been there. I think the short to intermediate timing routes is what Ja'Cory had to get better on and still has to develop on. But yeah, he's got a cannon. He has absolute hose for him. Yeah, Amari Wallace, he is a dog. I haven't seen Jaden Hudson. I'm actually going to bookmark him now so that I can do an eval on him. Not the 26, no. Okay, it's going to take forever for me to find him, but I'm going to find him live on camera because I'm a bad YouTuber. Jaden Hudson. Out of California. Oh, the safety? Found him. All right. I'll do an eval for him this week. Interesting. He's got some very interesting Georgia, LSU, Michigan, Ohio State. It's 29 offers right now. Let's see what his other offers are. Georgia, LSU, Miami, Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Tennessee, USC. That should tell you everything you need to know. That should tell you that boy bad. Look at that offer list. That offer list is crazy. So yeah, I'll do an eval on him. I'm excited about DB in 25. I'm excited about DB, receiver, and linebacker for 25. And, I did do an eval on Antonio Branch. I did that one. As a matter of fact, no one paid attention to it the first time I did it, so I did it twice. I'm dead serious too. Nobody paid attention to the first time I did this eval for branch, so I ran it back. The first time I posted it, people were like, "We don't care." So I was like, "Y'all gonna care today." I ran it back. Here, I'll show you. See? I did an eval for branch. 4-star DB, class of 2025. You can see if I can get him on the channel. Really good player. Really, really good player. Ben Hanks Jr. That's another one that I want to get on the channel. I reached out to Hanks today. Ooh, Booker Pickett. I was talking to Booker Pickett today. Sorry, yeah, I'm getting back to him about recording this weekend. So yeah, I want to get Booker on before he enrolls. Yeah, that was cool. So probably recording on Booker Pickett Jr. this weekend. You would take these two over DJ? Well, see, Ben Hanks is a corner. Hanks is a corner. I want Hanks, but he's a corner. Give me tight ends. Brock Shot. I'm gonna try to get Brock on the channel too. Obviously, I'm gonna try to get everybody on the channel. But Mr. Shot. What? When did I tweet Brock Lesnar? Why would I ever tweet about Brock Lesnar? So tight end, if you want a tight end. Brock Shot. I just redid this eval though. I know I did. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah, so this is Miami's top target at tight end for the 25 class. Let me yeah. So it's Brock Shot is his name. He's listed as an athlete, but he's a tight end. Absolute beast at tight end too. Can flex out, play receiver. He's quick, strong too. Beast of a blocker too for a guy with that kind of athleticism. Brock's a beast. There's a tight end I want in this year's class. Benjamin Blackburn from Columbus. I'm actually gonna reach out to Benjamin and see if he wants to come on the channel. I want him bad. I'm in the 24 class. We can still wrap it up and get him. Those two, the two from Central. Yeah, I want Sekou Smith from Central because I think he's flying under the radar, and I just want him. Oh, we need some tight end play next year. Elijah Lofton. You got to find a way to get him the ball. You got to find a way to get Riley the ball. Get Jackson Carver on the field. Like, we got to throw the ball to the tight end. We got to open up the middle of the field. In between the hashes, it's just dying for us to throw the football. Oh, on the channel? I've watched. Are you talking about Branch? I've watched Branch's tape. That's how I do the evals. I watched Branch's tape. I need to get him on the channel so we can watch them together. I'd love to have Branch on here. Good, absolute baller. If I do an eval for them, I'll probably ask them to come on the channel. I usually do ask them to come on the channel. Sometimes I do evals for them because I want them to come on the channel. I'm like, hey, bro. No playing around. I try to do as many evals as I can. I think I'm not playing around. Follow Rasta Edits on Twitter. Rasta's going through the 25 class right now. Follow Rasta. Rasta's the man. Oh, I hope. I really do hope he opens up the middle of the field this year. Are you going to try to interview Luca? He's the number one tight end. I haven't done his eval yet. I need to. I try not to have them on unless I've done their eval first. So I need to do his eval. Luca Gilbert, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do his eval, then I'll ask him to come on. But yeah, back to this comment though. I don't want to brush over that. He's a beast. He is a beast. I just need to get his eval out. Speaking of players that we didn't get this year, there was a tight end I really wanted. KJ Duff. He ended up going to Rutgers. I wanted KJ so bad, y'all. I just thought KJ was so good. Shout out to Raw, best 7-on-7 team in the planet. Raw 7-on-7, y'all. And they don't pay me to do that. I'm just telling y'all, Raw is the bee's knees. I hope we see tight ends. Yeah, we need to open up the middle of the field. Tight end screens, all that. There was a really cool play that we ran. Let me see, because I know I tweeted it out. There was a really cool play that we ran. That was it was a fake toss. Here we go. It was a fake toss. No, not that one. It was a fake toss to a here we go.
With 9
to a tight end, not a tight end screen, but to a tight end go up the seam. And I thought it was a really cool play design. So here, we'll look at it right now. So we fake the toss here, right? And the fake toss action is supposed to open this throwing lane. So you're supposed to get this linebacker to crash down, just like he did. So you want this guy to crash down so you can get the throwing lane here. The problem is the pressure caused JB to short arm the throw. But I love this play design. This was literally designed for the tight end. It worked well. Now, what you want to see, though, is Riley get a piece of this guy. Because Riley didn't get a piece of this guy, he ends up affecting the play and getting in on JB a little too early. But that toss action drives that linebacker down. And before he can course correct and realize I have effed up, that ball's supposed to be there. But the ball got short armed. And actually, the hitch was open, too. So Isaiah Horton down here on the hitch was open as well. But I really like this play. And this play shows me that Dawson has plays in his playbook to work to the tight end. Oh, my God. We got beat on the backside there, too. He does have plays that work. And it's creative plays here. And if you notice, if there is time in the pocket here, and he has to look this off, drag routes coming open on the backside. But he didn't have the time in the pocket because Riley forgot to chip one. He creates the immediate pressure. But I love this play design. I said it when it happened. I was like, ooh, they got to come back to that. Beautiful toss action. Opens it up. Boom. Attacking the middle of the field. He just, because of the pressure, it forced a quick throw and it didn't get there. But I love that play design. And that tells me that Dawson has it in his playbook. He just got to use it a little bit more. When you get a chance, do a tape analyst eval of... Let's see. Oh, that's the DN, right? I was looking at our offer list the other night. Oh, he's a tight end. He's from my neck of the woods. He's from Jasper. I'll definitely check him out. Any kid from Texas, I'm going to check out on the strength because I'm in Houston, so. I wouldn't bet on Dawson getting the tight end involved. His record says no. Fam. He drew this up. Look. He literally drew this up for Riley. And it worked. If Riley got the chip there, JB hits him. And we coasting. He need to break that tackle. That's touchdown, babe. That touchdown right there. But I see what you're saying. We haven't seen it yet. So me showing you one play is not, that's not Shannon Dawson getting the tight ends involved how we want. So I do agree there that I want to see it. I got to see it. I need Dawson to be a little bit better when it comes to getting the tight ends involved and working the middle of the field, but not just with the tight ends, with the slot guys too. I like to see him work the middle of the field a lot more. But that's a different topic for another day. We'll have a stream where we talk about Dawson. I don't mind. However, it is time to wrap this bad boy up because it's 8:30 for me. That means it's like 9:30 for you guys. As always, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out on the stream. Again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Hit the notify bell because we will be going live anytime we get commit, so you won't miss anytime we go live or anytime I drop a video. I will be recording with recruits and Canes commits very frequently here coming up. So when that happens, obviously, I will drop those videos, but I'll let everybody know on Twitter as well. Is Jasper outside of Dallas? Mumsies. Miss CB is sleeping. She knows that. I don't know this. She's sleeping. I don't know. That's a good question. Let me ask her. Mumsies. Psst. Mumsies. Is Jasper outside of Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, Austin, or El Paso? Jasper does sound like a racist place, but that does not answer the question, my love. She says she doesn't know. I don't know either. I have no idea where Jasper is. It sounds like it's very country, though. I will find out for you, though, because now I'm curious. I live here. I don't know where Jasper is. But I feel I need to find out. I'll find out. Maybe I'll go see him play. I do want to go to San Antonio next year to watch Michael Terry play. Me and Steph talked about doing it this year, but there's a lot of stuff that happened this year. But I'll probably go up there to check him out. Oh, and I'm probably gonna be in Dallas for the OT 7-on-7 tournament. Be out there checking out Raw and them. Me and Steve were talking about that the other day. I'm gonna go out there and check them out and all that good stuff. But it is time for all of us to go to bed. It's late. Some of us got to eat. Me. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you to all the new subscribers, to everyone who commented, asked questions, everyone that chopped it up with me about nerd stuff and did not leave. That was pretty cool. I always like it when I get to talk nerd stuff with you guys. If you guys want more just streams where we talk like this, just let me know. I mean, the channel is mine, but it's ours. So whatever kind of content you guys want, I'm down for it. I like just coming on here and talking to y'all. I don't mind at all. But other than that, that's all I got. Subscribe to the channel, like, go watch the other videos. If you haven't seen any other videos, if you're new to the channel, go check out some of the other videos. I've got, like I said, interviews with commits. I used to do a Cane of the Week thing, so there's some of those videos on the channel. Other live streams for other commits when they committed. During the season, we did halftime live streams. I don't know why you want to check those out, but you can. But the videos are there. Go check them out, like them, drop a comment. The comments really help any of these YouTube videos. So anytime you watch a video, even if it's just an emoji with the U, drop a comment on it for your boy. Hit the like button. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out, man. It feels so much fun to be back doing content. We will do a bunch more of these in the future. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight. I'm saying a lot, which probably means it's time to wrap this up. Love you guys so much. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Be kind to others. Don't be a donkey. And okay.